Meghan Markle plans to make a return, but to what? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're keeping well. I'm getting a bit of a frog in my throat now. I know I seem to be ailment city, don't I? But you know what it's like. As the seasons change, I manage to pick up all sorts of bugs. But as long as it's not COVID, I'm thrilled, aren't you? Now, back as ever to your royal story of the day. Interesting sort of story breaking out here in London and of course in the United States. As ever, it concerns the former Suits actress Meghan Markle. Now, I don't know about you, but I wasn't really aware of her work prior to that show. Apparently she'd been in quite a few microfilms and, you know, like any budding actress, was desperately trying to get that one big break. That break came with Suits, of course, but really over here, prior to meeting Prince Harry, it wasn't a big show. You know, it was on a very small time channel, very minuscule audience. And when I met Meghan for that particular junket, you know, I hadn't really seen that many episodes of it. A lot of people said it was good, but to me it seemed a bit repetitive, you know. I don't know if you ever saw any of the episodes, but the company was going to lose everything, somebody fought to save it, they'd order Chinese, and that's basically how it ended, you know. But it appears now that perhaps, according to this particular source, Meghan hasn't quite done with the world of acting, but has acting done with Meghan Markle. As I always say here on this show, we have to say allegedly at this point, simply because these reports are unconfirmed. But what is interesting to note, which we can tell you, is that Meghan has continued to keep her acting agent on. Now, I'm not sure whether they paid a retainer or whatever, but perhaps they're looking for those scripts. Maybe she missed her opportunity with Bond, who knows? But on a serious note, it does appear that Meghan would at some point like to return to acting. Now, we've all seen this before. We heard these stories from Kevin Costner, basically claiming that Princess Diana would have liked to have got involved in making movies. I never really truly believed that particular story. And there was also a story from him that they were going to remake The Bodyguard, which was a bit lame and lax when you think about it. And then, of course, we had Princess Grace, who retired from the big screen after filming High Society way back in the 50s with Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra. And apparently she wanted to return to making movies, but, of course, her prince wouldn't let her. This time around, I don't really think that would be an obstacle block, really, do you, girls? But on a serious note, apparently according to this very good source, Meghan would like to return to acting and would particularly like to look at a superhero type role. She sees these as the way forward, the sort of things that get kids at an early age, of course, and then you sort of age with them, don't you? Because, you know, once they like you when you're a child, they remember you forever. I'm not quite sure how this will pan out for Meghan, but truly, it's not something that she's laid to rest yet. She did tell someone recently that she wasn't quite done with acting and she wished it could have ended in a different way. Of course, when you're in a big TV show like that, you do get offered movie roles, and we truly don't know what sort of roles Meghan was being offered at that point. But whichever way you look at it, perhaps this could be the way forward to making sure that she keeps that highly lucrative revenue stream coming in. Neil Sean in the heart of London.